All right, welcome to FlightLevel. This will be a quick tutorial on how to play our ATC simulator. I'll be introducing the game mechanics and tools we have available to control the air traffic. My name is Ragnar. I'm one of the developers of FlightLevel and also a real-life air traffic controller. So yeah, this will be a very short tutorial, but if you want a more in-depth tutorial, then I suggest playing the campaign. It will be a step-by-step 5 scenario specifically designed to teach you the core mechanics of air traffic control. And I suggest playing this first. Just select the campaign, pick a name for your save game, can be new campaign, press play, and off you go. Now if you want to dive straight in, there's an option for that. Just select quick scenarios, and here you can find the scenarios currently available. This is an alpha build, so we do not have many scenarios available yet. There will be more coming in, and there will be different kinds of scenarios. Multi-sector for multiplayer. This game will also have multiplayer, so you can play with your friends, each controlling their own sector. Puzzle games, where there is a very specific shaped airspace, and you just have to solve the puzzle, so to say. And Helsinki Rush means that the Helsinki airport sequencing, easy, medium, and hard versions, and Toro Challenge, which is challenging for beginners, but if you feel brave, then you can try it for your first one, though I wouldn't recommend. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we will be selecting the Helsinki Rush Easy, and let's go. So as you can see, this will be your airspace. It is the Estonian airspace, or the Tallinn FIR, and you can add your own custom airspaces if you want. There will be a manual on how to create a custom airspace. You can create any airspace you want. It can be your own country's airspace, some other area of interest, and play there. You can also create scenarios for that airspace as well. But for now, let's get on with the tutorial. So on the left here, you can see the tips. Here you can see shortcuts for different buttons, different tools. For instance, N or November turns on waypoints. Also, you can switch them off. And measuring tools, if you press Q and then on an aircraft, I missed, on an aircraft and on the airport, it will show the distance and time and the heading. Also, the tools will have separation tools. If you press the S, it will show you if the two aircraft continue on present speeds, on present courses, then this will be their minimum distance. As you can see, they will be quite far from each other, 44 miles, and the shortest distance will be in 7 minutes. There's also an option under the R or Romeo, which will show, well, since they're both flying straight, but it would take into consideration also the turn of the flight plan. So if you have a flight plan that turns, then would be better to use the R by route separation tool. To switch on the route, you just middle click on the label and middle click again to turn it off. So what is a label? A label is the main thing that you will be using to control the air traffic. So in the label, you will see the call sign of the aircraft, the first 3 letters meaning the company.
Finnair 212 request descent.
Here we have Finnair requesting descent already. You just, to give descent, you select the clear flight level and you scroll to the level you want
Finnair
to do.
212, descent flight level 120.
Descent flight level 120. Finnair 212.
And as you heard, once you gave the clearance, you or the simulated controller gave the voice command to the Finnair, and the Finnair did a correct read back, and then it will start descending. So underneath the Finnair, the 366, which we see is decreasing, it is the actual flight level, meaning it is descending. And next to the actual flight level, you can see the rate at which it's descending. So -13 means it's descending at a rate of 1,300
This is
feet per
Finnair
minute.
Niner 2 flight level 370.
Finnair Niner 2, radar contact.
Roger.
So now we heard a Finnair Niner 2 checking into our frequency. So he was outside of our airspace before. Now it's coming into our airspace, came under our control. It did a first check-in with its call sign and its flight level. You press the assume button, after which the simulator flight controller will respond, and now it is under our control. So all the flights with the full white labels are under our control. All the darker ones are not under control yet, although the white call sign indicates that it will be coming into our airspace. So let's move on with the label. So after the rate, we have a relative speed. It is relative to the ground, so it is a ground speed indicator. It is the radar calculated speed, and it is not the indicated airspeed of the pilot or the aircraft. It is the ground speed. So this is what the controllers really see too. We don't see the indicated airspeed unless we have mode Sierra. This simulator currently doesn't have mode Sierra on, so we will only work with the ground speed. Next to the ground speed, you can see the direct clearance button, where you can give them a direct. So if we can check their route with the middle click, you can see that it will make a bit of a bend, a bit of a turn. So to give it direct,
Scandinavian 270 request descent.
here we have another aircraft requesting descent. Let's
Scandinavian
just clear them.
270, descent flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120. Scandinavian 270.
So to give a direct, just select the direct button, and then you have a list of points where it is going. So let's just say we want to send it direct to Hotel Kilo 817.
Finnair 212, proceed direct to Hotel Kilo 817.
Proceed direct to Hotel Kilo 817. Finnair 212.
Of course, in real life, you would have to have permission from the next sector to give such a direct. But for the purpose of this tutorial, let's say we had it. We already talked about the cleared flight level. Next to the cleared flight level, you can see the exit flight level, which indicates at which level the aircraft should be before they leave your airspace. The arrow in front of it means that it can be reaching this flight level. It doesn't need to be maintaining, so no need to force them down to reach 120 by the border. But if you were to want to force them down, then you can always increase their rate of descent. You just click on the rate button, and let's say we want them to increase to 2,500 feet per minute.
Finnair 212, maintain rate of descent to 500 feet per minute.
Maintain rate of descent 2500 feet per minute. Finnair 212.
And now it should increase. There are also limitations to what the aircraft can do, so you cannot force them to do anything unrealistic. So there are limitations in there. They can't climb higher than they actually can. They can't fly faster than they actually can, and they can't fly slower than they actually can. So there are limits. So keep those in mind. Also, we can give them a heading. So since we are already using this Finnair as our scapegoat, let's just turn them as well. So the highlighted number is the current heading approximately that they are maintaining. So let's say we want to turn them right, which means we need to add the degrees. And let's say we turn
Finnair
them right.
212, fly heading 050.
Fly heading 050. Finnair 212.
And now it will turn right since it was
Finnair Niner 2 request descent.
another one requesting
Finnair
descent.
Niner 2, descent flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120. Finnair Niner 2.
And as you can see, the Finnair 212 is already turning right as we ordered them. To get a longer like a vector in front of it, this is called a minute vector. So this is where it will be in 1 minute if it maintains this current speed. You just hover over the label and just scroll with the mouse. So each sector indicates 1 extra minute. So this is in 4 minutes, it will be approximately here. All right, so we can also change their speeds. If they are higher, let's say this Finnair 902, their speed is in Mach numbers. So we have to reduce their speed in Mach numbers. So let's say we want to reduce them a little bit.
Finnair 902, maintain Mach decimal 76.
Maintain Mach decimal 76, Finnair 902. This is lot 340, flight level 380.
Lot 340, radar contact.
Roger.
And let's say we want to increase the speed of this Scandinavian, but they are already lower, so their speed is in indicated airspeed. You can also see the highlighted speed, that is their current speed. Let's
Scandinavian 270, maintain speed 290 knots.
Maintain speed 290 knots, Scandinavian 270. This is Turkish 342, flight level 400.
Turkish 342, radar contact.
This is Echo Lima 78, climbing flight level 150. Turkish 342, request descent.
Echo Lima 78, radar contact.
Roger. Roger.
And as you can hear, sometimes it can get pretty
Lima
fast.
78, request descent.
Okay, so it's still climbing, but already requesting
Lima
descent.
78, descent flight level 120.
Descend flight level 120. Echo Lima 78.
So as we go over quickly the tools, so we increase the speed, but we have this Echo Lima that is in front of the Scandinavian. So we use the R tool again, which is by the route, but actually let's use the S tool, that is the current headings. So as we can see that the Echo Lima will be approximately 9 miles in front of the Scandinavian. The minimum is 5, so it's fine. Yeah, and those are the basics. You can also put the universal measuring tool, which is the shortcut for Q, between them to check what will be their minimum distance. We already turned the Finnair to a heading. Let's not forget them on a heading. Let's send them back.
Lot 340, request descent. This is Finnair 092, flight level 350.
Finnair 092, radar contact.
Roger.
There's quite a bit happening at the same time, so
Lot 340, descent flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250. Lot 340.
Finnair 212, proceed direct to Hotel Kilo 817.
Proceed direct to Hotel Kilo 817, Finnair 212.
So yeah, and if you have like multiple tools already on, then if you press the X, it will remove all of them at once. So that's how you get the screen clear. And you can make the labels bigger, pressing the P button or the O and make them smaller. You can scroll with the mouse, zoom in, zoom out, right click, and you can pan the camera. And yeah, basically this is it. The basics of air traffic
Turkish
control.
342, request descent.
Turkish 342, descent flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250, Turkish 342.
Okay, so that was it for the tutorial and a bit of a demo game. Hope the traffic wasn't too bothersome, but that's the life of an air traffic controller. You have to multitask, and the aircraft don't really announce before they come on your frequency or ask for something. So you have to be always ready. Hope it was helpful. There are still some features in there that we didn't cover currently, like transferring aircraft. Obviously, if they reach the boundary of the next sector, you just transfer them by clicking on their label and in their call sign. And there's a button called transfer, and you transfer them away. So don't keep the other sectors waiting. Also, there is a time warp. You can use the arrow keys. Arrow right will increase the time warp up to 8 times. Arrow left will reduce it back to normal. Arrow down will switch it immediately back to normal. You can't go slower than normal. And of course, there is no pause in this game. There is no pause in real life, and we aim for reality. But yeah, thanks for checking in, and see you in the airspace.